Bonjour, Émilie Talpin, OM System Ambassador. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to tell you why your photos are not sharp and what to do to have excellent, very sharp photos. So let's get started. So how many of you had a fantastic photo shoot and then there was that eagle who swooped down, got a fish, and you thought, yes, I got it. You go home, you put your image on your computer, and then what just happened? This photo is not sharp at all. And very often, we blame it on our camera, when it's probably not our camera, let's face it. So don't go and buy a new lens because you think your lens is not sharp enough. Don't go and buy a new body because you think the new technology advancements are going to be able to give you that really sharp photo. Yes, I mean a new body with new feature like the one I have on the OM1, which is the AI bird detect, that's definitely going to help you. But that's very often not why your photos are not sharp. So number one, your photos are not sharp because you probably are not using the right shutter speed for your subject. And I've seen that a lot, and I've made that mistake because I was thinking, I need to lower my ISO. I need my ISO to be low. No, my ISO does not need to be low because guess what? If I'm shooting at high ISO, that photo, I can definitely clean it up in post-processing. What I cannot do in post-processing is get a sharp image. Yes, there are tools like DxO Pure Raw, great tool, or Topaz Denoise and Topaz Sharpen, another great tool. Or you also have Luminar Neo and even Lightroom. They all have that option to make your photos a little sharper. But I mean, they can't make miracles. So that's why you need to take responsibility and make sure that you're shooting at a high enough shutter speed. When I'm out in the field, I'm always asking, what are you shooting? And then we start talking about settings. Very often that's a big topic of discussion, and some people just have a shutter speed that's way too low. So my starting point for wildlife is 1250. That's really my starting point, and I go way higher. And I know some good friend of mine who go way higher than I go, and they really push their ISO. I'm always trying new things and new settings, but yes, shutter speed, high shutter speed. If you have a blurry image, that's probably why. So yes, a bird that's standing and not moving, yes, you don't need to be at a high shutter speed, but that bird is probably going to take flight. And the photo of the bird taking flight is going to be probably much better than a bird on a stick. That's why you might want to, know where your shutter speed is and crank that shutter speed so you're not missing that image of the bird taking off or the bird in flight who caught a fish. Number two, your photos are not sharp because you are not using the correct AF. You are shooting animals, birds in flight. You want to be in CAF and then enable your bird tracking or your animal tracking. That will give you the best results. Also, if you are shooting a bird in the sky and there is no, noisy background, you want to enable all the focus point on. So your camera has the whole sensor, has the whole screen to go and look for that bird. If you have just one point enable, that's possible, you can definitely do that. But you want to make sure that that one point is on that bird. And single AF, no, probably not a good idea, right? Again, it's a moving subject. So make sure that you are using the right focus point and the right tools to get the sharpest image you can. Number three, Your photos are not sharp because you're not shooting in the right condition. I've seen people shooting in like at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, super hot, like 90 degrees, and they're shooting a bird that's small in the distance. And there's no way you're gonna get a sharp image, I'm sorry. I mean, just look at your binoculars. In your binoculars, you'll see that heat wave. In your camera, you'll see that heat wave. There is no way that your camera is magically gonna erase that heat wave. So don't think, well, that's the fault of my camera. No, that's called weather. That's a wave that's created because of the contrast between hot and cold. Think about when you're at the airport and you see that tarmac is very, very hot and you see that mirror illusion. That's it, that's exactly it. You see it with your eyes, your camera will see it as well. And there is no way that your camera is gonna avoid it. Understand that your camera is not David Copperfield. It's not gonna make the heat wave disappear. So make sure that you are shooting in the right conditions. Get close to that bird if you can. Not too close, you don't want to scare it, and you want to keep your distance. But if you have a telephoto lens, yes, you're gonna shoot at a distance and you're gonna have probably some heat wave, some distortions. That will happen. Just know that's the limitation. There's nothing we can do about it. Number 4, my last one, your photos are not sharp because you're not using the proper technique. I've seen some people holding their camera like this, looking at the back of their screen and taking a photo with a telephoto lens. How do you do that? You don't have a stabilization. I mean, my camera is really good. The OM1 is excellent for stability. All the OM system and Olympus cameras are very good. But still, I mean, you want to be stable. So think about yourself as a tripod and the 3 contact points. One hand on your camera, second hand on your camera, and then you want to glue that camera here to your eyes. So you are holding the camera, your camera is resting on 3 points, like a tripod, and you have much more stability. Or you can also hold, if you have a bigger lens, like the 150-400, that's under the lens, and then a hand, and then your eyes. That's 3 points. But just, you need to stabilize your camera if you're not shooting on a tripod. Most of my shots, this one, I shoot it handheld. I shoot most of my photos handheld because I use the proper technique. I don't shoot like this. Hands close to my body, 3 points of contact. I promise you, if you do that, your photos will really improve. So those are my 4 tips on why your photos are not sharp. So don't go and sell all your gear on change system or accuse your camera or lenses. Look at your technique, look at your shutter speed, look at your focus, make sure that the weather is correct, that you're not asking too much of your camera, and then you're gonna get those sharp shots. And practice, practice, practice. It takes practice. You wanna go and review the back of your camera, what shots you got with what settings, and that's how you learn as well. So post-processing is also part of the learning process. Don't forget it. It's not just about editing a photo, it's about learning what worked, what were the settings that worked. So I hope this video was helpful, and let me know in the comments if you have any questions on how to get sharper images, or if you want to run anything by us. I think that would be a good topic of discussion for this week. And I want to thank you again for all your support. I really appreciate it. If you're not a subscriber, it's not too late. Click on the subscribe button, hit the bell so you know when my videos are coming out. You will be notified. And I post videos every Sunday. And let me know if you want to see a specific video. Put it in the comment as well. I always like to try to do videos that interest you. And until next week, happy shooting. Au revoir.